Before your story ever began on this earth, before your first cry pierced the air, something far greater was already written. Not in ordinary books, not in the records of men, but in a manuscript whispered by eternity itself. Enoch, the man who walked so closely with God that he did not see death, recorded something about you. Not a vague symbol, not a passing prophecy, but a testimony sealed in words that carried weight across generations. He wrote about a people who would come long after him, a people hidden in plain sight, marked by heaven before they even drew breath. And whether you've believed it or ignored it, you are part of that record. Think about that for a moment. Your life is not a random sequence of events. It was spoken into existence. The very restlessness you feel, the pulse in your chest, the dreams you can't quite silence, the sense that something bigger has always been hovering over you isn't a coincidence. It is remembrance. A reminder that what Enoch saw was not for kings or priests, but for ordinary souls chosen to carry an extraordinary seal. You may have tried to turn away. You may have silenced the pull or drowned it with distractions, but ignoring it does not erase it. What was written cannot be undone by your fear, your doubt, or your denial. The record stands, waiting, echoing, pressing against your spirit until you remember who you really are. And maybe that is why you are here right now, hearing these words. It isn't chance. It is an accident. It is alignment. This message isn't just for your ears. It is for the deepest part of your spirit. It is the call that no silence can bury, the sound beneath all sounds, the vibration that shakes the foundation of your being. Enoch wrote about you so that one day you would no longer walk blind, no longer feel like you were lost in the shadows. He knew there would come a time when you would awaken and realize that your life was never overlooked. Heaven has always had its eye on you. But here's what I need from you. If this message resonates, don't just sit silently. Step into it, press like, subscribe if you haven't yet. And most importantly, declare it by commenting the number 99. Why 99? Because the shepherd leaves the 99 to find the one who was lost. And by writing it, you declare that you are not lost anymore. You are being found. You are ready to step back into alignment. This is the beginning. This is the moment where remembrance stirs, and the prophecy written long before your birth begins to unfold. Stay with me, because what Enoch saw will change the way you see yourself forever. The manuscript is alive, and tonight it opens again, speaking directly to you. There is something about you that has never been ordinary, even if you've tried to convince yourself otherwise. Enoch wrote about it long before your existence, an invisible seal pressed into the fabric of your spirit before you even opened your eyes. This seal is not ink, not a tattoo, not something human eyes can scan or recognize. It is older than your breath, older than your first heartbeat. It is a divine signature, a mark that heaven instantly recognizes and that hell cannot ignore. This is why your life has always felt different, even in moments where you looked in the mirror and saw nothing more than an ordinary face staring back. Something within you whispered that you were not like the rest. That whisper is the seal. It is the echo of eternity carved deep within your being. And because of it, your life has never been allowed to blend seamlessly into the crowd. Think about the strange reactions you've drawn from people. Some are drawn to you without knowing why, sensing something radiant but indescribable. Others are unsettled by your presence, almost repelled, as though something about you exposes what they would rather keep hidden. They cannot explain it, and neither can you. But the spiritual realm knows exactly why. The seal you carry shifts the atmosphere before you even open your mouth. Enoch foresaw this mystery. He wrote of a generation that would walk through the world like shadows of light, unseen in the natural sense, but undeniable in the spiritual. They would carry within them a fire that darkness fears to approach, a light that cannot be extinguished no matter how deeply they try to bury it. That is you. That is why strange coincidences have marked your path, why you have felt the pull toward something, greater even when you wanted nothing, more than to live quietly. And here lies the truth. The seal is both a weight and a gift. It will not let you settle. While others find satisfaction in routines, in shallow pleasures, in temporary successes, those same things leave you restless and hollow. That hunger you feel, that unquenchable thirst for something beyond what this world offers, is not weakness. It is proof. Proof that the prophecy is alive inside you. Proof that your spirit remembers what your mind has long forgotten. Every unanswered question, every delay, every why me moment has been shaped by this seal. You were designed for more than survival. You were marked for destiny, and the manuscript warned that ignoring this mark would never silence it. It would grow louder, heavier, more undeniable until you were forced to confront it. That is what is happening right now. So, chosen one, stop doubting what heaven already knows about you. Stop believing the lie that you are just another face in the crowd. You are marked, sealed, written into eternity's record. And that seal is not going anywhere. You've tried, haven't you? You've tried to live unnoticed, to blend in, to be like everyone else. You've convinced yourself that if you just stay quiet, follow the rules and walk the same paths others walk, you might escape the pressure pressing against your chest. But no matter how hard you've tried to bury it, the truth always finds its way back to you. That's because Enoch saw it long ago. There would be a generation marked so deeply that anonymity would never truly belong to them. And you are part of that generation. Your calling is unavoidable. You cannot outrun it. You cannot disappear beneath routines or distractions. You may attempt to silence it, but destiny has a voice louder than your excuses. The manuscript warned of this. Enoch wrote that the chosen would feel the tension of trying to live as though they were ordinary, but the script of their life would betray them. Doors others walk through easily would slam shut in their faces. Paths that seemed smooth for others would break apart under their feet. Not as punishment, but as redirection. Every denial of destiny would simply bend back toward alignment. Haven't you noticed this pattern? You take the job that seems promising, only for it to crumble before it can root. You enter relationships that feel safe, only for them to dissolve, leaving you searching again. The things that satisfy others never last for you. Why? Because your life is not being written by chance. It is being written by prophecy. The manuscript has already spoken, and it refuses to let you settle for less than what was written. Enoch warned that the chosen would carry a pressure unknown to the rest of the world. At times it would feel like exile, like being out of rhythm with the crowd. You've probably felt it, that ache of not belonging anywhere, that sense of being different, even when you wish you weren't. But what feels like rejection is actually alignment. Heaven is keeping you out of places you were never meant to sink into, stripping away distractions that would bury your purpose. This is why resistance follows you. This is why the craving for more has never died inside you. You can try to explain it away, to call it restlessness, ambition, even dissatisfaction. But the truth is simpler. It's destiny. You cannot vanish from what has been stamped into your spirit. You cannot erase the seal by pretending it doesn't exist. And here is the weight of it. You were written into a prophecy that will not loosen its grip. The more you resist, the tighter the pull becomes. The more you deny it, the louder it echoes. Ignoring it may buy you time, but it will never bring peace. Because the manuscript isn't just a story, it is your story. And sooner or later, you will have to face what was always written. So, chosen one, hear this clearly. You can try to disappear, but destiny will find you. The question isn't whether you're called. The question is how long you will delay before you finally answer. Enoch saw something that most people today would rather ignore. He saw that those who carry the eternal seal would not live lives of ease. Their path would not be smooth or predictable. Instead, it would be marked by fire, losses, betrayals, disappointments, and crushing seasons that seemed unbearable. But here is the mystery. None of it was punishment. None of it was chaos. Every flame was preparation. Every breaking was refinement. Think about gold. It cannot be purified by calm winds or gentle waters. It takes fire, intense, heat that strips away impurities and leaves only what cannot be destroyed. That's you. The hardships you've walked through, the betrayals that cut so deep, the shattered plans that left you breathless, those weren't accidents. They were flames designed to forge you into something unshakable. Without those moments, you would have remained soft clay. With them, you have been formed into iron, stronger, sharper, resilient. Enoch warned that the chosen would often be misunderstood and rejected. Not because they were cursed, but because heaven was removing every false support. The people you thought would stand beside you forever. Some of them had to leave. The doors you prayed would open but slammed shut in your face. They weren't meant for you. The dreams you built so carefully only to watch them collapse. Those weren't failures. They were divine interruptions. Each loss was a subtraction that cleared space for what could actually survive. The weight of your destiny. Look back for a moment. How many times did you think you were finished only to rise again? How many nights did you cry, thinking you couldn't carry the pain, only to find yourself still standing today? That's not weakness. That's prophecy fulfilled. You are living proof that fire doesn't destroy. What heaven has marked, it reveals it. The fact that you're still here, still breathing, still listening right now, is evidence that your trials have only increased the brilliance of what you carry. The scars you bear are not signs of defeat. In the manuscript, scars are crowns. Every betrayal you endured became a chisel shaping your soul. Every tear watered the roots of strength inside you. Every collapse taught you to lean, not on fragile structures, but on the eternal foundation already written for you. Without those fires, you wouldn't be prepared for the weight that is coming. And here's the part you must not miss. The fire is not over. Even now, life may feel intense. Pressures may be rising. Relationships may be shifting. Circumstances may feel unstable. Do not mistake this for punishment. This is preparation. The brighter the light you are meant to release, the hotter the flames required to refine you. If the fire has grown stronger, it's because your awakening is near. So, chosen one, lift your head. What nearly broke you has actually revealed you. What you thought would destroy you has only proven that you were fireproof all along, not because of your strength, but because of the eternal spark. Enoch saw the spark that refuses to be extinguished. There is a sound that doesn't belong to this world. You cannot catch it with your ears, record it with technology, or play it through speakers. Yet, if you are listening now, you already know it exists because you felt it. Not in the air, but in your soul. Enoch wrote of it long before human instruments could measure vibrations. He described a frequency beyond hearing, a resonance woven into the fabric of the chosen. It's the sound of awakening. You've experienced it in moments that made no logical sense. A sudden stirring in your chest when everything around you seemed ordinary. A wave of recognition when you heard words that weren't spoken directly to you, yet pierced you as though they had been. A dream that shook you awake, leaving you unable to forget the echo of something greater. That's the frequency. It's not sound as the world defines it. It's a vibration of heaven, pulling your soul back toward the destiny written for you. Why does it affect you so deeply? Because you are tuned to it. The seal inside you acts like an antenna, catching what others cannot. Where some hear silence, you perceive a call. Where others feel nothing, you feel the pull of eternity. This is why certain words, certain songs, certain encounters move you to tears or ignite a fire in your chest. They harmonize with the sound already planted within you. It's not inspiration, it's recognition. Your spirit is remembering what your soul has forgotten. Enoch described it as a trumpet that would not be blown with human breath, but with divine intention. A signal that awakens the sleepers, not in their bodies, but in their spirits. And you know this is true because you've tried to ignore it. You've tried to drown it out with noise, with distractions, with busy schedules and shallow pleasures. But the sound breaks through anyway. It rises in the silence of the night, in the stillness before dawn, in the middle of ordinary moments when you least expect it. This frequency is why you've never been able to stay comfortable in mediocrity. It keeps you restless, urging you to search for something beyond what is visible. It doesn't let you settle for shadows when you were born to stand in light. Every time you try to silence it, it returns louder, stronger, more undeniable. Because this sound is not asking for your attention, it's demanding it. The truth is, this frequency is not just calling you, it is unlocking you. Each time it stirs, something inside you awakens a little more. A memory of who you really are. A glimpse of the path you were always meant to walk. A recognition that you cannot stay asleep any longer. So, chosen one, stop trying to muffle the sound. Stop pretending you don't hear it. This frequency has been chasing you because it belongs to you. It is heaven's voice vibrating inside your spirit, saying, "Wake up. It's time." The manuscript is unfolding and you are part of it. If you have ever wondered why your life feels like a battlefield, this is where Enoch's manuscript becomes painfully clear. The chosen are not just marked and called, they are opposed. Your struggles have not been random. The heaviness you've carried, the resistance you've met, the storms that seem to come out of nowhere, all of it is a sign of war. A spiritual war that began long before you were born, and one that recognizes what you carry, even when you don't. Darkness does not waste its energy on what it does not fear. Ordinary lives can move in ordinary patterns, unnoticed by the enemy. But the moment you are marked, the moment your name appears in heaven's record, you become visible to forces that want to stop what's been written over you. That's why you've faced unusual pressure. That's why your temptations have been intense. Your loss is heavier and your disappointment sharper. It's not weakness, it's warfare. Enoch wrote of this, describing a clash between light and shadow over those who would one day carry a spark of heaven into the earth. He didn't portray it as myth or metaphor, but as reality, an invisible battle for the minds and hearts of the marked. And if you're reading this now, you've already felt it. The nights of unexplained heaviness, the mental battles, the constant sense that something unseen is trying to push you back just when you're ready to move forward. That's not coincidence. That's opposition. Notice how your life often intensifies right before a breakthrough. Doors that looked open suddenly close. People who once supported you pull away. Distractions multiply. Fear creeps in. All of this is designed to convince you to quit before you fully awaken. The enemy knows he cannot erase your seal, but he will try to exhaust you into forgetting who you are. This is why your journey has felt so lonely at times. It's not just life being hard, it's a targeted strategy to isolate you from your calling. Enoch foresaw that the chosen would have to learn to stand in this tension. Not by their own strength, but by remembering what they carry. You are not being attacked because you're weak. You're being attacked because you're dangerous to darkness. But here's the truth you must hold on to. Opposition is proof. It's proof that your awakening is real. Proof that your calling is not a fantasy. Proof that you matter to the story more than you realize. The very fact that resistance has tried to crush you is evidence that you're not just another life drifting by. You're a threat to everything that feeds on confusion and despair. So, chosen one, don't interpret the war as abandonment. Interpret it as confirmation. You are in the fight because you've been marked, because you're on the edge of stepping into what was always written for you. And once you understand that, fear loses its grip. The manuscript already promised your survival. You're not just in the battle, you're destined to win it. The manuscript of Enoch was never meant to remain hidden in dusty scrolls. It was a blueprint, a coded record for those who would one day rise and recognize themselves in its words. That day is now. You've carried the seal, endured the fire, heard the frequency, and survived the war. All of it has led to this moment, the unveiling. The time when what has been hidden in you becomes impossible to deny. For years you may have felt like you were wandering in shadows, waiting for clarity. But Enoch foresaw this too. He wrote of a time when the chosen would no longer question who they were. Instead, they would awaken and step fully into the story already written for them. This is the prophecy, that what was once whispered within you will soon be declared through you. The hidden will be revealed. The sealed will be opened. The unveiling is not about fame, position, or recognition. It is about alignment. It is about finally walking in step with the destiny that has chased you since before birth. You've been prepared in silence so that when the moment comes, you will move with power that cannot be explained. Others may look at you and see a sudden change, but you will know the truth. It wasn't sudden at all. It was the fulfillment of a process that's been shaping you all along. You will notice it first in your spirit, a sense of certainty replacing the doubt, a confidence that doesn't come from ego, but from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. Doors will open, not random doors, but the ones that match the blueprint. People will cross your path who carry keys to the next stage of your journey. Opportunities will come that feel like recognition, but they're not rewards, they're assignments. And with this unveiling comes responsibility. The light you carry will draw others, not to you, but through you. Some will find hope because of your words. Others will find strength because of your presence. You won't even need to try. It will happen naturally because your life has become aligned with its true design. This is what the prophecy has always been building toward, the moment when your story shifts from survival to purpose. But hear this carefully. Unveiling is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of the real work. The manuscript doesn't promise ease once you awaken. Instead, it promises impact, and impact comes with weight. But now, after everything you've endured, you are ready to carry it. The fire has refined you, the frequency has awakened you, and the war has strengthened you. Nothing has been wasted. So, chosen one, lift your head. The unveiling has begun. The prophecy is not in the future, it's in you right now. Step into it, speak it, live it. Because the world has been waiting, heaven has been watching, and Enoch's words are unfolding in your very breath.